Welcome to the 2018 Golf World Fairway Woods test. We're here at the stunning La Reserva in Sotogrande, Spain, and we have got three big hitters of the fairway wood world in every sense to put through their paces. First up, the TaylorMade M4, joined by the Callaway Rogue and the Ping G400. Anticipation is high here. These are three fantastic golf clubs, but how will each of them perform for our testers?
The TaylorMade M4 technology, all about the deep slot here. So we've got a really deep cut slot into the head. It's filled in with a kind of a polymer, and it allows the face to work into it. This is incredible for ball speeds. Gets the ball up as well in terms of flight. We've a carbon crown as well. The multi-layer carbon crown means that weight saved in the crown's pushed deep and into the club head. Although with this club, I think it's a little bit more neutral. It's higher up in this head. And then geoacoustic is the word that they use for the sound and the feel qualities of the head.
It felt and looked like a very fast golf club, and that's how it performed for me. I found that while it was powerful, I hit the ball in straight lines. If I did hit offline, it stayed stable. It didn't flip or turn over on me or do anything erratic. So when you're hitting the ball a long way up a narrow fairway with a fairway wood, you want to have a club that you feel, while it's powerful, but it's not going to flip on you or lose. So I thought the stability in this club was very impressive, and again, like the Rogue, quite deep in the middle of the face, so I'd be very happy to hit off a tee-peg if I was looking for a bit more draw spin with trouble on the right. So an exciting club, aesthetically attractive from the top, very modern looking, so that ticked all the boxes for me.
Performance of the TaylorMade M4, it's all about speed off this product. You're looking to get the ball out quick and get it in the air and get it moving. This is the club to consider. It also helps that the weighting is sort of mid for mid spin, so it won't come out really high with high spin. It will want to push forward. Launch qualities are very good, but it gets it out there quick. It's all about the speed with this product.
When you pick up the TaylorMade M4 fairway wood, you're really expecting power. It builds upon the M2's reputation as the longest fairway wood out there, and it builds on it well. It is powerful. The speed slot is efficient, it creates great ball speed, and it's an absolute howitzer of a golf club. Fantastic off the tee. If you're looking for a kind of secondary driver and you just want something that gets it out there and straight, it's brilliant. The one thing I would say is, if you're someone that off the deck likes to hit their fairway woods and you don't get a huge amount of height and spin on them, this isn't really going to help in that area. It's a flattish flight. It's still easy enough to hit, but not quite to the extent of something like the G400. A brilliant club off the tee, but also a very, very good one off the fairway, albeit with a slightly flatter flight.
Pretty much any golfer can use this because it's a speed story, so it's going to come off the face quick. It's going to be good for getting the ball down the fairway fast. However, if you do suffer with a little bit of spin on your fairway woods where you get it in the air and you're trying to want to get it moving forward, this is one to consider because it does tend to flatten out with the spin. We saw good low spin properties and qualities from a lot of the testers that took this out onto the range this week. But pretty much most golfers are going to find something for this. Just be careful of the loft. It's all about getting the right loft with this. So look at the 3HL, look at the 5HL. They exist because you need to get the lofts just right for this product. The Ping G400 technology, it's the only one of the three that has an adjustable hosel. Very nice adjustable hosel actually, because it changes the shaft orientation to allow you a little bit more launch, a little bit more flight on the ball, or indeed to lower it where necessary. It was the stronger of the lofts in the fairway woods, but the big story here from terms of technology is where they've positioned the CG here. It's low and it's deep. This is a high MOI story. If you're struggling to try and keep the fairway wood square, this is definitely the one to consider.
The G400 compared to the Rogue and the M4, it surprised me. I was expecting to see a club suited for a higher handicapper. I thought this would float on me and would be not as powerful, but I found it a very strong club. And aesthetically and functionally, the way the face has been made, it almost looks like an iron face to me compared to the Rogue and the M4. And where the weight has been distributed, it was just superb to me. A lot of different types of golfer would get on with this. And I was just pleasantly surprised by the high performance. I think aesthetically it's exceptional. I love the face and what they've done with the face. So I can't really speak highly enough. I suppose if I had to make a choice of the three, I'd go for the Ping.
Performance was great from G400. Very safe, easy to get the ball in the air. Lovely face actually as well to get the ball to spin and fly. It does tend to fly the ball a little higher than the other two models, but again, it's got a deep set CG, so it is designed to get the ball to fly. Love the feel of this actually, very crisp, very responsive from the face. All the testers love the way that it sounded and it felt, and very easy to fly the ball.
A lot of golfers, myself included, don't really relish the prospect of a fairway wood off the deck. It's a hard shot to hit if you're not technically very proficient. And the G400 for me is the fairway wood of these three, and probably of anything on the market, that's going to give you the most help in getting that launch and getting the ball up in the air. The weight is way back. It's got a real low profile that hugs to the ground at address, so you're confident that you're just going to pick the ball up and lift it into the air without having to do anything extra yourself. The performance was fantastic. Even though it gets it up, I didn't feel it lost anything for being too spinny or producing a weak flight. I think it's a really versatile club that if you are someone that doesn't really enjoy hitting fairway woods, could get a lot of success with.
This is definitely one for the more mid to higher handicappers, to be fair. Although lower handicappers could use it if you wanted something that was very safe to hit, but indeed this was the easiest one to fly with the little adjustability in the hosel. It means that it will suit a sort of mid to high handicapper. If you're a player that's struggling with fairway woods, you're not really sure if it's a thing for you, these are definitely ones to take out and try. High moment of inertia, it means the club is stable and off centre hits, gets the ball in the air real quickly and keeps it there. If you're not too sure if you're a fairway wood player, G400 is the one to check out. Busting full of technology in the Callaway Rogue fairway wood. Obviously we got the jailbreak, which is the two titanium rods that brace the top and bottom of the head to try and retain any kind of speed loss through the top and bottom. It's got a nice deep set weight chamber as well. It's got the carbon fiber crown to move weight low and deep into the club head and give it a very high MOI. Pretty much got everything you can think of apart from the adjustable hosel, but in terms of technology, right up there in terms of what's available out there at the moment in fairway woods.
It was great to have the opportunity to hit the Rogue 3 wood. The face felt very, very strong to me and very stable in the strike. And behind the ball, it just looked very, very easy to hit. So it looked powerful, it looked easy to hit. And if I wanted a secondary driving club, I think this would be a great club to have. It's not too shallow for me, and I felt I could work the ball. It did seem very, very fast. For me, in that regard, it tended to, because it was such a fast club, the dispersion may have been a bit wider, that was my sense, but lived up to billing.
A performance in jailbreak, I'm not too sure does exactly what it needs to do in fairway woods. I think it works really well in drivers and fairway woods. Didn't see the same kind of speed retention across the face, although it does feel very solid, very kind of low and deep behind the ball. With the weight chip at the back here and with the carbon fiber crown, it does a really good job in terms of MOI, keeps the club head very stable. Saw good spin numbers, very easy to fly the ball in the air. It was kind of a good all-rounder in terms of fairway woods for all the testers. Everyone loved it, so it wasn't a bad thing to say about it.
I had really high hopes for the Callaway Rogue. I use a Rogue Sub-Zero driver. I think the jailbreak technology absolutely works in that club. But again, like Derek, I didn't quite see those results in the fairway wood. It could be because that smaller head, that smaller face means they're not as big. There's not as much room to work with, if you like. But that said, it did create a really good ball flight. I enjoyed hitting it. It was a good all-rounder. Perhaps one thing, it didn't blow me away in any particular area. The M4 had the distance, the Ping had the forgiveness, the Rogue sits beautifully in the middle. On the one hand, that doesn't really make it stand out. On the other hand, it does make it the best all-round option if you're looking for something you can use off the tee and from the fairway.
Player profile for Rogue fairway wood, I guess it's a little bit like the M series from TaylorMade in that it will suit a wide variety of player. Because of the way that it's designed for good speed retention, it will suit guys and girls for that matter that hit the ball hard and want to keep the speed moving forward. Does launch the ball quite easily, gets the ball in the air off the deck really quick. pretty much a good all-rounder as well, to be fair, although I think that if you're looking for something that's kind of square and neat behind the ball, this is probably going to be the one that you're going to look at.
Wow, that was really, really interesting. 3 brilliant performances, even for players amongst us who struggle normally to hit fairway woods. The M4 had the all-out power. The G400 was the easiest to get up in the air, and sitting nicely in the middle, the Callaway Rogue. Whatever you're looking for from a fairway wood, one of these is going to do the business.